This is Mort Landstander from Twitch channel FortMort4111, and you are listening to the Escape Pod cast. This episode was recorded in front of a live Twitch audience. Mort's beating Nev in Division 2, he is. Yes. Take it away, boys.
One is a Grand Arena specialist from the UK. The other is a territory battle tactician from the US. Together, there are no signs of intelligent life on board. With both having played this game since launch, the one thing we are sure of is that you will be entertained. The Escape Pod Cast, a service of the Escape Pod Castaways. A weekly podcast about the mobile game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Live from the network studios of Yavin 4, here are your hosts, Neil Andrew Eyre and Paul Anthony.
Coming up on this week's episode of the Escape Pod Cast,
we get our freakishly large hands on Mon Mothma.
Neil has had some success with Chupio last week. Me, not so much.
Well, I have a lot of rebels ready, just in case.
Yes, you do. That you do.
The SWGOH events server posted some pretty pictures for you.
And those pretty pictures show us some interesting details about galactic challenges, or as I'm going to call them, Galchals.
There is another character pack that is rumored in an earlier data mine.
If we get to that in this episode, I have actually some speculation on what that might be.
Also, a new calendar is out. A few sporadic gaps in there, Paul. I know you look for those.
Yes, and I also noticed that they're going to try to run a Grand Arena Championship again right away. You think that's going to stick?
Probably not. Probably not. Kate Gaming is our special guest this week.
You brought this one to my attention, Neil.
Yes, and I can't wait for everyone to meet her.
And our fourth segment has the usual Patreon's Choice.
And breaking news, as and if it happens.
Right here on the Escape Pod Cast.
The Escape Pod Cast News.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Escape Pod Cast. I must stop forgetting to put the pause between pod and cast, because I was corrected by none other than Ranger yesterday. But that being said, hello everybody. I am your host, Neil Andrew Eyre, or more commonly known as the Nev, and as always, I am joined by my hetero life partner, Paul Anthony. Paul, how are you, my friend?
I am doing well. Thank you very much, by the way, Geek Girl. In the opening, during the opening, she gifted a gift sub to Zareth, of all people.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you very much for that. Also, we are part, as we are rated just now, we are part of the GAC Chain Gang today.
So we'll have to be sure to talk about GAC.
We will make sure that we do talk about
which
GAC,
isn't going to be hard because I love GAC.
But thank you to Andy Beats, thank you to Flair. You guys are awesome. We will do our very best to represent the Chain Gang as it should be. And we will also, at the end of this show, what we're going to be doing is we are going to raid into the next member of the GAC Chain Gang, which will be Bringer of Death, also known as Din Djarin on a lot of servers. And then after that, he's going to raid back here. Patreons and subs, if you're in the after party, there's a chance that you'll be on right here, the after party, because I will be taking part in the GAC Chain Gang in Yeti's spot, because Yeti went earlier today.
Looking forward to that.
Yes.
Is it what we were discussing earlier though?
What do you mean?
One or the other? Well, when we finish the show, and obviously we raid Bringer, we'll be having the after show party.
Right.
Yeah. So, what are we doing after the after show party? What's happening during your stream?
During it depends on if everybody's behaving themselves and it's not getting too crazy. I will bring the after party into the GAC Chain Gang. Okay. And then after the GAC Chain Gang, we will raid Geek Girl
Mhm.
because she's going to do her GAC.
Yeah.
So we're going to
Okay.
have some fun tonight,
Okay.
and you guys are in the right spot.
I just wanted
Right
to know
now-
if we were taking the after show party to your stream. Was it the after show going to continue while you do your GAC with everybody in that group voice chat?
Whether or not the
They can
voice
get
chat,
crazy.
whether or not the voice chat will be on the Twitch channel, all depends on how everybody behaves in the after show.
Hmm. Dr. Jojo is asking if they have to behave.
By behaving, by speaking,
But behaving is
in
such
things
a
that would-
subjective term.
behave is such a subjective term, but be something that I would be proud of broadcasting. How about that?
Yeah, because you see, the thing is, you could be mostly behaving, but have a short period of where you're not behaving. But because you're mostly behaving, then you're technically, in the eyes of everybody, you'd be behaving because you're mostly behaving. A bit of not behaving, mostly behaving, so everybody
right.
forgets the not behaving part. But it's most.
All right, let's move on to Star Wars Galaxy.
Come on, I'm having a roast.
You are having a roast at my expense. But according to iTunes reviews, all you and I do is ever argue.
You don't. Well, it's not that we argue. It's that we say stuff. Sometimes you have an opposing view. Sometimes I do, and that doesn't always end up in an argument.
Exactly. And the fun part was the fact that sometimes we plan these disagreements for radio's sake, for podcast.
No. That would be, we don't plan the disagreements. We agree on something we disagree on, and then we just have at it when we go live. That's not planning a disagreement. That's okay. Let's find something we disagree with. Right? Okay. Stop. Be quiet. Let's not discuss it off the air. Let's discuss our disagreement on the air. So we don't plan an argument. We don't plan a disagreement. We simply agree on something before we go live that we disagree with.
Are you disagreeing with me that we
Yes.
don't plan our disagreements?
We don't plan. No, I totally disagree with you. We do not plan our disagreements. Okay. We plan we think of something that we disagree with so that we can have a disagreement during the show. We don't say, "Oh, okay." Neither of us takes a devil's advocate perspective. We just find something we disagree with.
Is this the argument clinic?
No. People would have to pay for that.
All right. So Mon Mothma, or Mon Mothra, came to the game on Monday. And I'm wondering how good she is going to be next GAC. I've pushed her up a little bit. I've brought her gear up. And I've put the Zetas. I'm gone all in on Mon Mothma.
Yeah, but you did that with Chupio.
I've also done that with Chupio. I've gone in 7-star with Chupio. But I've gone all in as far as the Zetas. I've gone all in on Mon Mothma.
Mm-hmm. I haven't done anything with it yet.
I am thinking that her at low star level, because she cannot be targeted, is going to be to her benefit to be non-high star level. So I'm going to try her next GAC. I'm really looking forward to that.
I'm definitely going to try her on my Horde account for next week. I couldn't have her ready for this week. I did have my Chupio ready. I have been playing with my Chupio, which has worked out very, very nice for me on my Horde account. So I do plan on gearing up my 3-star Mon Mothma for the next week of GAC, because Chupio worked out very, very well for me. gave me loads of defensive holds this week. So yeah, I'm liking the Chupio at low stars.
Okay, so what are you doing? What are you using with Chupio and how well did it do?
Well, I put Chupio on the back line. So he is on the back line in a team with Old Ben and Farm Boy Luke. Now, Farm Boy Luke got taken out, but Old Ben and Chupio were still standing strong and were undefeated after 6 holds. So I take that as a big success. Big success. He wasn't even particularly that well geared either. I only had him geared up to 9. I mean, I've got the abilities were to 7 and the gear was to 9. So he's still 3 stars, relatively well modded, average mods, all of the abilities to 7 and gear 9. And it held under an Old Ben leadership.
Quick recognitions: Wilf Wilson, Trevor Boy 12, and Not Sure 4256. Thank you for the Twitch follows. We appreciate that. So that doesn't sound bad at all. I've got him to gear. I think I have him at gear 8, 7-star, because I had crystals burning a hole in my pocket. And thank you OHP Ghost for subscribing. So I had the crystals burn a hole in my pocket. I did very, very well, and I had saved my crystals like a good boy. And so I decided to go a little bit in on Chewy. I got him to 6. Then I had a really, really, really good night at the restaurant over the weekend and decided to just take him to 7.
Well, I was planning on using some of my saved crystals on the Horde account to do the same, but I wanted to field test him at 3 stars first. I figured I'd field test him at 3 stars to see how he did, because unlike Mando, which is great at a high gear and high star level, Mando wasn't particularly that effective at a lower star. He was great on offense, but he was still very squishy at 3 stars. So I figured I would spend crystals on him. But Chupio, low stars, but with a decent gear, seems to be doing a very, very good job of holding. So what I'll more than likely do, since he has been proven quite successful at 3 stars and a low gear, I'm more than likely just going to leave him where he is, wait until he becomes free to play farmable, and then farm him that way. Like I said, the T is still out when it comes to Mon Mothma. I will be gearing her up at some point this week, so that I can spend a little bit of time on taking her up to maybe gear 8, gear 9. I would very much like to see what she does with my weaker rebels, because I do have a lot of weak rebels. I've got a lot of weak rebels around that gear 8, gear 9. So, I've got the Wedge and Biggs and Akbar and Old Ben and the Phoenix. So I'm curious to see what she can do at a low gear with 3 stars, because I'm kind of saving all my crystals.
What are you thinking that you're going to see?
Well, to be honest, I think if she can do a decent job with my wigs, I'm tempted to use her in the leadership slot for those 2 guys, because one is at 9 and one is at 8. I haven't spent. This is the earliest account I've got. It's only 1.6 mil GP. I haven't spent an awful lot of time on my rebels because there was just not been any need to. I've been too busy working on Treya, Padme, and Grievous. So I kind of had my attention elsewhere. Obviously Vader as well. So I've had my attention elsewhere. I haven't really been paying my rebels that much mind, but obviously once Chupio came out, I figured here's somebody I can cheaply get up to gear 9, so that's what I did, and I'm hoping to do exactly the same with Mon Mothma. So I'm really, really looking forward to gearing her up and seeing just how effective she is, because I've turned Old Ben and Farm Boy Luke into 2 characters that under normal circumstances I wouldn't have used in offense or defense. Throw Chupio in there, gives me a good defense that holds. I'm hoping that Mon Mothma will do the same with wigs.
All right, so I've been hearing about this whole team, a nearly unbeatable. I mean, you could beat it. I understand you could beat it with Treya and all that, but it's an extremely difficult team of CLS lead with 3PO and Chupio.
All right, okay. I've heard of it. I haven't tried it.
I haven't tried it either, but I was very, very tempted to try it this time around, but I don't have Chupio up there just yet.
Yeah.
So I'm debating, and I wonder, and this is another thing. I'm debating abandoning the JKL farm to take Chupio up.
Don't do that. Come on.
Or because because I think that there's a chance that you might need to, or you might be able to skip having Chewbacca and 3PO to get JKL if you have Chupio. I wonder if they're allowing a shortcut because Chewbacca and 3PO are used together in that event.
No, they can't do that. No.
You're saying they can't.
No, they're not. They've never done that before. They've never changed the character requirements once they are set for either a legendary or a hero's journey, or or the epic confrontation. The requirements have always remained. The character requirements have always remained static. Obviously, with upgrades, the gear requirements have always changed. So, like, as an event or a legendary ages, obviously, and the mods get better and stuff like that, they've changed. Those requirements have changed. But that's just regarding gear and stuff like that. That's the character requirements themselves have never really changed. I can't see them doing anything like that.
Our good old friend, good old Maurice says Treya, Night Sisters, and Kylo Ren Unmasked can take it out pretty easily. So I guess those would be,
there we are.
I'd have to find teams that call on those as hard counters to put in the front line then, right?
Yeah, I like my Treya. I like to save my Treya for the Geos, just in case. Just in case.
But then what if I put Geos with it?
Geos with what?
If I put Geos in the back with this, cheese Chupio team.
Well, then I'd use crew.
But what if you use crew elsewhere?
Good old Marie says Treya, Night Sisters, and crew take it out. So that's 3 factions. There's 3 factions that take out that. So it's a waste of a CLS when you could keep your CLS with Chewie and Ham. I mean, why you would ever want to break up that trio is beyond me. I do not understand.
That is very true.
That is what people that split those guys up. Just
that is what stopped me from going ahead and doing it.
Yeah. No, don't stop going for your JKL. Sorry, but that's madness. Absolute madness. For somebody with for anybody with a veteran account, yeah, delaying getting
Gon
JKL.
Says great. Gon says great for GAC, but bad for Territory Wars because we tried and 25 one-shots.
What was 25 one-shots?
They put their Chupio in the back.
Oh right, okay.
And they all got one-shotted.
Chewie for slacker. Yeah. No. Well, yeah, anything. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, anything other than slacker. I'll never go for that character. Once I've got JKL, I have to go back on my main account for going for Malik, because I stopped. As soon as JKL got released, it's like, right, that's it. Hold. Everything goes on hold. Everything goes on gear for JKL because I must get him, because I really do not want to have to, put myself on a street corner to get JKL the next time he comes out.
By the way, he's coming back with the Title 20 update.
Which is when? End of August?
Early August.
No, they can't do it early August. I've still got 3 characters left. They can't. No, seriously, they can't. They can't bring him back that soon. It's they can't bring him back less than 2 months after they originally brought him out. I had
They
it
have
in my
altered
mind.
the deal.
I don't care. Yeah.
They already altered the deal when they basically announced a character and gave us 2 days to get ready.
Where does it say that? Where does it say they're bringing him back in early August?
It doesn't. I'm being tongue-in-cheek.
Exactly. So take the tongue out your cheek and put it back where it belongs, because he ain't coming back till the end of August. September. That's it. It's got to be then. I'm not going to be ready until the end of August.
Maybe we'll make a pool bet.
It's taken me forever to take Rolo from 12 to 13 free to play. Literally, it's taken forever. Do you know how it's such an unbearable grind when I only get 50 crystals from Squad Arena and 50 crystals from Fleet Arena. So I don't make anything for refreshes at all. So it takes absolutely forever. It's like going into the store and it's like I have this leap of joy just when I see some 4 of those bits for 360. It's like, yay! And I'm thinking to myself, great, but I need 50 of them. And all it gave me was 4 of them, and it's like, oh, for God's sakes, yeah. So it's like, yay.
Oh.
Yeah, sucks. Okay. We're at 10-2.
Yeah, we are at 10-2. Now, what else did we have coming up on our show today? Because we got time. We definitely have time. There was something that I was going to say, if we have time, we'll talk about. That was.
And what was?
I have to go back to your. I have to go back to your message that I sent to you.
I've got it in front of me. I haven't seen anything.
So we're going to be talking about the data mine coming up.
Yes.
In the next segment, but there was an earlier data mine. People were saying, "Oh, there's this character pack. There's this character that we haven't seen yet." And I even reached out to some of the best data mines,
Mm-hmm.
and they said, "We have no clue who it is. We have no clue what faction. We have no clue that. What if it was a pack for Mandalorian characters, as in characters from the Mandalorian? What if there's something around the corner that we're going to need all of them at 7-star, and they're giving you that pack that you can buy? You remember that?
Oh, so that you can get the boots.
Republic?
Yeah. No. Well, they do have a, CG does have a habit of putting together packs. They did the exact same thing with most events. I mean, most notably, remember those awful packs for the Jedi Knight Revan event.
That's what I'm talking about.
Where they put 2, but the problem was they kept on putting the 2 characters together that people didn't. They would put the 2 characters together in one pack and then 2 characters together in one pack, and everybody just needed 1 from each of the packs. They wouldn't put together 2. Can't you remember that? I hated that.
Oh, I quite remember it.
It was such a jack where you had to buy both packs, even though you only needed 1 character from each for the 2 packs. Kind of sucked. Hey, Ouchie.
Yeah, I do not blame them. Hey, Rambam. At all for a moment for doing it that way. If you only needed 50 and you really wanted it, but for those people that, just straight out ran for the door to get these because they just sat on them, they were great. But yeah, I only needed 50 Bastila Shan shards. I already had T3M4 or whatever the grouping was. And you know what? Back in my Dolphin days, I absolutely went for that. I absolutely did, Neil. I have no problem with that.
Yeah. No, I paid them no attention anyway because I went down the free-to-play route. I mean, it's so easy. So easy to farm for Jedi Knight Revan. It really, really is. I mean, you've got 2 nodes for Basti, 2 nodes for Bindo. Zalbar's a nice easy one. T3's easy. It's one of the easiest farms.
It wasn't always.
Well, of course it wasn't always. They didn't immediately, it wasn't always. But, once and they are an established easy one. They are the first one you go for. If you were to start this game from scratch, it's the first one that you can go for. because it's a real easy one. It's a very, very easy one to go for.
Yeah. And I do, as I said, I do think that there is something on the horizon. I've been calling it all this time. I think that it's Moff Gideon. And we're going to see him with the Darksaber. He will be a legendary character along the lines of Jedi Knight Luke. He's not going to be game-breaking, but he is going to have his place in anti-rebel squads against people like Mon Mothma, like Chupio.
We're still missing IG-11 and Queel, though.
We are, but
it's not going to be a very good legendary without those two in it. It's just not. I just don't think it's going to be a particularly good legendary if you're using the 3 Mandalorian characters and then just 2 random other characters. Unless they really throw a spanner in the works and make us use IG-86 and the Ugnaught, which, actually, saying that out loud is something that CG would 100% completely do, because they're 2 useless characters. It's like, you want Moff Gideon, you've got a farm for the Mandalorian characters and these 2 useless characters, Ugnaught and IG-86, and you watch everybody just scarp. You watch everybody go nuts. I'm not overly concerned because on my main account I've already got the Ugnaught and I've already got IG-86, because when you're a veteran account holder, you've got every single character from all of the stores because you run out of things to farm. You know this. You know this to be true. Anybody with an account over 4 years old has got every single character from the store. Whether it may not necessarily be maxed out, but you've got them. You've got them.
Good old Maurice points out that Ugnaught is in the weekly shipments.
Yes,
I totally
he is.
forgot about that.
He is, yeah. Ugnaught is in the weekly shipments, but Ugnaught was regularly getting put in the weekly shipments along with Lando. All those Empire characters were getting put in there. I mean, every now and then you'd see Lobot in there as well, because Lobot was in there a couple of times.
Well, we did have the what was it called? We had the GAC feats.
Yeah,
I've
not been paying them
featured
much
Lando and Lobot.
Yeah, we have had some Empire Strikes Back related feats, definitely. They were some fun ones. I didn't bother with them because I didn't need them for Kyber. I only go for feats if I need them. But if to admit that I would need feats in order to get Kyber would be a self-admission that I'm not very good at GAC, and I'm not going to do that.
No. They did announce that the and I'm gonna tease this and then we're gonna go into a break, but they did announce next month's character tomorrow or today for our Aussie friends just waking up. They're waking up to Stormtrooper Han. We'll get into the calendar a little bit more and also talk about the data mine that everybody's talking about right after these messages right here on the Escape Podcast.
The Escape Pod Cast with Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Ware.
This is MIKAYAS, and I assure your privacy and confidentiality when using my remodding services.
G'day legends, this is HYNESY. Did you know MIKAYAS Modding Mayhem is the premier modding service for the game that we all love, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? With some of the most affordable rates in the industry, MIKAYAS will remod your roster from top to bottom with continuous consultation with where to go from there. MIKAYAS has a 100% satisfaction guarantee, and he has tons of additional services available as well, like a full cleanup of your mods, PvP plans, and lots more. Contact MIKAYAS today on Discord, all in lowercase guys, MIKAYAS 0127. That's MIKAYAS number 0127, or hit up MIKAYASmods@gmail.com. I fully endorse MIKAYAS Modding Mayhem, and you will too. MIKAYAS Modding Mayhem, the official remodding service of the Escape Podcast and the Escape Podcastaways network.
Hello friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and I approve this message, and am compensated for signups for this service.
The world's largest audiobook library is at your fingertips, and the Escape Pod Castaways wants you to try it for free. Head on over to escapepodcastaways.com and click the Going Nerdy offer button to claim a free audiobook and 2 Audible originals. Cancel anytime, and it's absolutely free to sign up. Check out Audible and support the Escape Pod Castaways. All for free. See Audible website for details. Restrictions may apply.
Did you know that if you signed up to become a Patreon, you could get tons of rewards? Force Ghost Scotty could do a roster review for you. Neil Andrew Air could share Grand Arena tactics. Or Paul could even help you get maximum stars in Geonosis Territory Battle. And you even get access into the after show. Sound good? Sign up to be a Patreon today. For as little as $2 a month, you could unlock a ton of potential content and also get closer to the hosts. Head to patreon.com/The Escape Pod to sign up.
Have you been interested in getting items 3D printed but haven't wanted to buy one of those expensive printers? Are you looking for a literally one-of-a-kind tech gift gadget? Evil Genius 3D Printing and Gadgets is your one-stop shop for both of those items. Nerd-owned and Escape Pod approved, put Lenny the Evil Genius to work for you. If you can dream it, he could possibly make it. Contact Lenny at evilgenius3dprinting@gmail.com for more information. That's evilgenius3dprinting@gmail.com. Get something unique in your hands.
Hey, I'm Andy Beads.
Hey, I'm Danish Bobo.
Hey, I'm Ando.
Hey, I'm Jake.
I'm Bringer of Death.
Jake Johnson TX.
I'm Ramby2307.
Spartan Z here.
I am Mr. Jacobachi.
Star Wars Galaxy of Yeti.
I'm Player Gaming Embers.
I'm Lazy Turtle.
I'm Mudbum.
I mean, come on. They already know me. I'm the bloody co-host.
And we are part of
the GAC Chain Gang.
We're a group of streamers who
stream our Grand Arena on Twitch
and continue the chain
into the next streamer.
We have all types of accounts for you to enjoy, from the big whales to the
small accounts.
But we're all here to provide entertainment
and have a good time.
The Grand Arena Chain Gang is proud to be part
of the Escape Pod Castaways Content Creator Network. Stop by and see them, won't you?
The Escape Pod Cast.
And welcome back into the show, everybody. It's the second segment, and we're going to talk about the calendar, and we're going to speculate on this data mine a little bit, aren't we, Paul?
Yes, we are. So we've got, and you'll have to watch the thing because I've got all the screens right now set up to where I've got my math and I've got my calendar stuff. So if any alerts come in, you're now my point man on alerts.
Okay.
So we're going to start out tomorrow with something. We have the Radis on the 2nd, Military Might on the 3rd. We have Omegas on the 4th. We have the Ghost of Dathomir on the 6th, along with Finalizer. You're going to have to talk me off the ledge from just going all out on Finalizer, because I used Finalizer in a territory war, this last territory war, to blow the crap out of a negotiator fleet.
Oh, right. It's good. Finalizers are no good against malevolence. I know that much.
Yes, but I see negotiators all the time in Grand Arena. So that could allow me to put, and that was my 6-star finalizer. That means I could put my malevolence, which kicks major butt, on offense.
Yeah, I cannot do the finalizer event. Obviously, you complete the event and then you just keep repeating the M1 where you get 10 blueprints every single time the event comes around. I still haven't been able to do that. So I've got my 4-star finalizer, but I just cannot get through that event. And I think it's probably because my Hux is so low gear and low star. But I can't be bothered with him. So I figured,
he's not speedy enough.
Yeah, I'll do the Radis first. So I'm doing the Radis first because I'm pumping all of the spare energy that I've got into doing 5 of her. I've got her at 6 stars at the moment. So once I've finished her and taken her to 7, then I'll do exactly the same thing with Hux. So because I don't really use those fleets. they're not that important to me on that one single account. I suppose I could use them in Territory Wars, which we do have a full complement of Territory Wars for next month. We've got them on the 6th, the 10th, the 21st, and the 25th. So, I mean, they're usable there, but like you said, they're only really viable in Territory Wars at what, 6 stars, you say?
Which ones?
The Finalizer.
The Finalizer, I used my 6-star to take down a negotiator fleet that was 7.
Negotiator. Well, maybe I went the wrong direction. Maybe I should have gone to take the Finalizer up first over Radis. I don't know. Does the Radis take anything out at all?
Neil, I've been telling you to turn to the dark side every single time.
Well, yeah, but I can't be. Look, my resistance people, my resistance characters, I mean, still crap, but are better geared than my First Order characters on my main account. So it made more sense for me to go down the Radis route because at least the fleet ships for those resistance crew is better, you know?
Yeah.
My Finn and Ray better than, and so on and so forth, yeah.
So we have Secrets and Shadows on the 7th, which is an assault battle. Then we have on the 8th, we have both an Omega battle and the Artist of War mythic battle. This is where I'm beginning to think that we're going to see them gear up. I think next week we're going to get an announcement of the title update. And we're going to get it on the 11th or the 13th. I think we're getting it the week of the 10th or the 14th. But they're going to reveal Galactic Legends next week. Or Galactic Challenges.
I was
or
about
Gal
to say
Chals.
Galactic Legends.
They're gonna release Gal Chals information.
Gal Chals sounds way too feminine. Let's just call them the GGs. The GGs. Because Gal Chals, it's the gals pit, you know. Gals Chals. It's like, you know, girls' night out.
I made you laugh when you first heard it. Shut up.
No, you made me titter. You didn't make me laugh. I went, I didn't laugh out loud.
I will play back the audio of the original recording. You laughed.
Yeah, I laughed, but it's not like when I'm laughing with Darth Cohen, for example. I mean, that guy's just hilarious.
We'll move along.
Okay, so speculation.
So I'm thinking the 11th or the 13th is when we see it, because that's 2 days in a week that we do not have anything there. Now, we do have the 16th and the 19th. The 16th is a Thursday. We usually see it on Thursdays, but the 19th is a Sunday. Then the next break in the calendar is the 24th of the 27th. The 24th is a Friday. The 27th is a Monday. Or I'm sorry, 24th is a Monday. 27th is also a Thursday.
I'm sorry, it's just you see every gap in the calendar as, they're gonna do something here.
The only time when we don't is when they put out a sort of when they put out the credit heists and the droid things. But I'm really thinking, because of the days of the week, that it's going to be the 11th and the 13th.
Okay. Well, we shall see.
In fact, I honestly think that it's the 13th, because the territory war will just have ended. The one that starts on the 10th. And then after that, after the territory war ends, we're going to we have another day until the light side territory battle starts.
Thank you for the 100-bit, Savage.
And also thank you for the follow, Scarface, or Scar F Ace.
Scar.
That's actually
Ace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, when I'm looking at the holes in the calendar, I absolutely am thinking that we're going to get the Gal Chals on the 13th. That is my bet.
Okay, well, if we get some announcement on the GGs at some point in August, that would be nice. Huh?
Why are you saying GGs? The second word is not a G.
No, because the first letter is a G, and the first letter of the first word is a G, and the first letter of the second word is a G. Gs.
No.
S as in plural.
Okay.
I wouldn't say the GG, it's the GGs, because there's two Gs.
No, there's not.
Yes,
what are they called, Neil?
Huh?
What are they called?
Galactic Challenges.
Yes. What's the first letter of challenges?
C.
Yes.
What am I saying? GCs? Okay, then GCs. The GCs.
I just want to point out that Neil does not know what a G looks like.
I do. I'm just messing with you.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
That's the best part of this.
I'm just messing with you. Shh, I'm messing with you. Shh.
All right, so we got to look at what the Galactic Challenge currency, the GCCs.
The GCs.
No, the currency would be GCC, Galactic Challenge currency.
I don't think they're gonna. I mean, I don't think they're gonna come up with a set. I don't think they'll come up with another currency.
No, we know that it is.
They're bringing. You have to earn. You have to earn something from your play in order to do the Galactic Challenges. That doesn't mean that it's going to be a currency. It's probably just going to be something that they throw in there.
Neil,
or
the icon itself is called tex.icon_currency _galacticchallenge.png.
It's going to be something that they just give us at the end. What on completion of dailies? That's what I think it'll be. I think you'll complete your dailies, and then when you get your crystals and you get your credits and you get a couple of pieces of gear, it'll also throw in that currency in order to do the event. Not that you can use that currency to buy things with, but that you get that currency so that you can do the Galactic Challenges.
We're being called out on this, or rather, you're being called out on this. We have to take a moment and explain why your hair is not cut yet.
Yeah, I have not found the time to find a hairdressers that will be able to do it properly.
Because and we have to explain.
Yeah,
because
in order for my hair to be cut correctly so that it can be donated, because I've done this before. What happens is, that they take those tiny little bands, the little rubber bands that are used for like loom bands and stuff like that. They're very, very small. And what happens is, hang on a minute, let me just let it down so that I can show you what I mean.
You got him to let the hair down. There you go, Rook. There you go.
So
everybody
what has
else
to happen is they're going to take little strings like that, and then they're going to right at the base, as tight to my scalp as they can possibly get it. And then they'll cut immediately underneath the band. So they will band it at the bottom. They'll then twist it and band it at the top. And then they'll cut it underneath the elastic band that's as close to my scalp as possible. That then gets laid out. The whole
and
thing
I'm letting you guys know that I can confirm that is exactly how he has to go to a certain hairdresser.
Yeah, Supercuts. When I went to the Supercuts that was in there's a Supercuts in the Walmart that's just down the road from me. So I had to ride down to them earlier on in the week, and I asked them if they could do it because I want to donate my hair to charity. And they just assumed that it would be tied in a ponytail and that they would just go to it with a buzz cut. And I'm like, no, it doesn't work. Like you need all of the hair individually bundled so that the people that make the wigs for the charity can, put the wig together based on the length of the hair all the way from the front to the back, all the way to the sides, and that's why it has to be cut properly. And the hairdressers in Supercuts, no disrespect to the hairdressers in Supercuts, but I was trying to explain what needed to be done to save as much of my hair as possible for a wig, and they just didn't get it. They just honestly didn't get it. So I'm going to need to
it went over their head.
It literally went over their head.
All right. But no, it's called let's get back on track here. It's called a galactic a currency for galactic challenges. Now, when it was released, when the let me go back. People are saying that they're going to be tickets to be able to do them. You may be right, because the light side and dark side currency that you got to do the ultimates were also called currency.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you may be right, you may be wrong.
And I do think that it is going to be something that gets awarded to you once you've completed your dailies. I think so. If you go in, if you do not complete all of those daily, the standard daily quests, you're not going to get them. So I think that you'll get that currency that will give you entrance to the galactic challenges at the same time that you collect, because you get a small amount of crystals, small amount of credits, and then you usually get 2 different types of gear, sometimes 2, 3, 4, 5, depends. It's completely and utterly random. It depends on how many goats you've sacrificed to the RNG gods.
All right, let's go over the icons, the faction icons that we saw in the data mine.
Mm-hmm.
We see a target, which is for bounty hunters. We see the First Order symbol. We see the Galactic Republic, and we see the Galactic Empire. After that, we see the Old Republic. We see the Rebels. We see the Resistance. And then finally, we see the Separatists and the Sith. So, fairly straightforward factions. How they're going to be used, I'm sure that you can only use certain factions in this area, or you do well with this in this area. These guys will get bonuses, these guys won't. We'll get to that in a moment. Also in the data mine were the images of Bespin, of Coruscant. This one made you happy. The Death Star.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hoth. Jakku. Kamino. Malachor, which I know you're happy about as well. Then they have just a generic space one. And then Takodana and Tatooine. Let's talk about, so these are all images. What we're seeing in the data mine is just these images of the planets. Where else do we see images of planets?
Well, you tend to see images of planets when you're doing fleet battles.
When you're doing
any time, and I'm not specifically saying, it could be any battle involving fleet. Any battle involving fleet, you see those backgrounds, because some of them are brilliant. The Coruscant one's great. There are some really, really great backgrounds. So it kind of makes sense, because it would be boring if the new galactic challenges were just character battles. The whole shtick that they gave us during the road ahead was that it was going to be the feature was going to be a format that stretched you and used your entire roster. And a person's roster also includes fleet. So that there are going to be tiers included in galactic challenges that will require certain fleets, certain ships, certain stuff. So
okay. So let's think about this. We have a map that's on Bespin. We have a map that's on Coruscant. We do have a map, while it's not technically in rotation, we do have a map that is on the inside of the Death Star. It's where Luke and Vader fought at the end of the JKL event, right?
Yeah.
We do have Hoth, as we damn well know. We have Jakku. That's where we fight every territory battle. We have Kamino. We definitely have Malachor.
It could just be. I mean, we could be reading too much into this. I mean, these images and these backgrounds might not necessarily be for galactic challenges. It could just be that they're throwing in, now that they're using Unity 3.0. It could just be that they have the ability to throw in more backgrounds for rounds and features that already exist within the game, and they just want to, throw some more backgrounds in there. It could be for that.
But we've certainly seen these images, or we're seeing these images. These are menu items that we're seeing. These are not in-game settings, but these are menu items. I'm betting we're going to fight outside and inside over the course of these.
Mm-hmm.
That is my thought. Now we do have modifiers called uncategorized, negative, neutral, and positive.
Yeah.
So those are what we knew. We knew that.
We knew that from the road ahead post. Yeah.
They're going to buff certain factions and they're going to debuff certain factions.
Yeah, depending on which faction is facing the other faction. Yeah.
There is a banner with a circle which fits every single one of the icons that that you see in the data mine of the faction icons, and then you have a generic location modifier as well. So that's interesting. And then they added into the game files, into the menu systems, these borders that glow green and glow red. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see, as a nerd who loves to know the back end of things. It really truly is going to be fun when you see where these items are going to be stretched or used in there. I mean, you also see there's this icon that's a bright blue with silver around it. I think people call it Kyber. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Well, I mean, if I'm being honest, yes, I am. As most of us are, we're excited to get stuck in and see what this new format's going to look like. This new game mode with galactic challenges is going to look like. But they've got some issues with the Unity update that they need to get squared away first. If they bring in galactic challenges while the game is still crashing across multiple different platforms, then people are going to get frustrated with any new game mode that crashes, like Territory Wars crashing and like GAC crashing. If they don't sort those bugs and issues out before they bring in galactic challenges, I fully expect the same issues that are plaguing people in GAC and Territory Wars and Territory Battles to plague galactic challenges. It's happening across the board. So I would prefer I would prefer to see a hot fix for Unity this month than galactic challenges.
Update's going to do that. Title update will also do that.
Well, that's what I'm hoping. But they need to do the title update and then hope that it sticks and it resolves the issues, the crashing issues, before bringing in galactic challenges. If they bring galactic challenges in the same time, then they're going back against their word regarding the update, because they said that they wanted to introduce Unity in a vacuum. They did that.
I'm going to play the devil's advocate on this. They released it in a vacuum. They noticed I'm damn sure they've gotten reports of these crashes. So I'm absolutely sure that they're probably fixed these issues as best as they can, knowing that there are thousands of combinations of how everything is put together. This phone on this operating system, this phone on this operating system. It is darn difficult to be able to narrow down issues unless it's with the software itself. And then, which we've seen crashes in BlueStacks, we've seen crashes in other things. It sounds like it's not isolated to one system.
No, it's happening on iOS and it's happening on Android.
Yes. So I'm sure this title update, which, by the way, that was the last thing that I wanted to mention from the title update. They put in the certification for title update 20.
Mm-hmm.
That is in that, which is needed for iOS and it's needed for Android for them to be able to. Now, it usually takes a week, and that's why I'm thinking they're going to give it the week and then roll it out on the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to preload it on the 11th, and on the 13th, we get to play with it.
Well, I mean, we'll see, because obviously we've still got GAC going then. There will be more territory wars, and there will be more territory battles until the end of the month. So the proof in the pudding will be, if they do roll it out and we have got this update by the 13th, the proof in the pudding will be, does it massively reduce the amount of crashes across platforms and across the various different game features? Do we get less crashes in GAC, territory wars, and territory battles? Because if we don't see a reduction, then obviously whatever content update they've done has not fixed the issue. They need to fix the issue before they bring it in, though.
I had a no button issue yesterday during my fleet climb.
Mm-hmm.
I had a no button issue happen while I was doing my fleet climb, and I ended up in 4th because I went from 4th to 1st, and I was getting ready, and as I took out the Anakin's ETA Starfighter, everything just froze. It didn't crash, it just froze.
Everything went Brad Pitt.
Kept going.
Everything went to Brad Pitt.
Helenix points out, Zaz points out that maybe I said territory battles when I mentioned Jakku. I did 100% mean territory wars. My apologies. So, also Helenix says they revenued over $1 billion. They need to learn to code better. You need to be able to afford a later device there, Helenix. Upgrade, my friend. You need to upgrade. You don't want to be left in the dust. So,
okay. Well, we're at 27 minutes past the hour.
Yeah, let's go ahead and break early because we have a slightly longer story time with the llama.
Yeah.
Because she's going into one of basically the second largest faction in the game. And she'll be doing that for you guys in just a moment. But when we return, we are going to be talking to a content creator that you found and that you're geeking out about. I'm excited that you're geeking out about her, Neil.
Yeah, no, it's great to have some extra variety in the content creator community. So
but
it's going to be fun.
It is going to be fun. I'm excited for you guys to meet her. Her name is Kate of Kate Gaming. Right after Story Time with the Llama and these messages right here on the Escape Pod Cast.
The Escape Pod Cast with Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Ware.
Hey there, Escape Podawans. Everyone's favorite llama here to remind you that the Escape Pod Cast is on social media. That's right, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. So give us a like, give us a follow, and stay up to date on all things in-game and in the Escape Pod. Our account links are down in the description or on our Discord server in the Show Links channel. See you on the net!
Are you a member of Team Paul or Team Neil? Maybe you prefer story time with the llama, or dabble in the buttery side of the force with Biscuit Weasel. Or maybe you like the Escape Pod talents from Down Under like HYNESY and Scotty. No matter who you support, you can get one of my designs from the Escape Podcast merch store. Just go to escapepodcastaways.com, click on the merch link, and it will take you to the TeePublic site where you can support me, Mrs. Anthony, also known as Critty K. Also be sure to check out the Mrs. Anthony Shirts channel on the Escape Podcast's Discord server weekly to vote for my latest shirts in the Design Derby on Woot. Links for both of these are down below. Thank you for supporting the Escape Pod Cast.
HYNESY from the ANZGC is officially a member of the Escape Pod Castaways. Make sure you go and search for HYNESY on YouTube today, because he live streams a lot of his GAC content, and not only does he do that, he also does some pretty fun videos from time to time, including a behind the screen and also streaming Jedi Fallen Order. And from time to time, this idiot might drop by. Head on over and check out HYNESY today on YouTube, a part of the Escape Pod Castaways network.
The Escape Pod, cast for kids. It's really cool.
Hello, Escape Padawans, and welcome back to Storytime with the Llama and the Escape Pod, cast for kids. Now, one of the final factions we have to cover in Faction Facts is the Galactic Republic faction. Now, if you actually take a look at this faction in-game, you will see that it is ginormous. So I'm actually going to separate it into 3 parts. First up is the 501st. Now, there are 7, technically 6, characters, and I'll get into it in a minute, in this faction. First up is General Skywalker. You can get his shards in the Clash on Camino epic confrontation event. Now, similar to Darth Malik's epic confrontation event, he's actually only going to unlock at 5 stars. You can purchase the rest of his shards to get him to 7 stars in the Guild Event Store with GET1 currency. Next up is CT7567 Rex, who is available in the Fleet Store and in the Guild Store. CT5555, or 5s, is available on Darkside Hard Node 2D and in the Cantina Store. CT210408 Echo is available in the Fleet Arena Store and in the Guild Store. Arc Trooper is available on Cantina Node 5G. Ahsoka Tano is available on Darkside Hard Node 4C and in the Cantina Store. Last but not least is Shock T. Now, Shock T actually technically does not have the 501st tag, which is why I said there were technically 6 characters, but we were including 7. Now, why am I including Shock T? Because she works really, really well with the clones. Rex, 5, Echo, Arc Trooper, they're a great team, and I'll get into why later. Shock T is available on Fleet Hard Node 5A. Now, this faction actually has 5 leaders, but there's really only 3 that get good use in the game. First up is General Skywalker. His leadership ability, General of the 501st, prohibits all units from being revived. Plus, it grants all 501st allies plus 5% critical damage. Now, while there are other 501st allies active, General Skywalker cannot drop below 100% health. He will advance if he has 100% protection, and will take cover if he has 0% protection at the end of every turn. He will remove all other status effects when he takes cover. When he leaves cover, he'll take a bonus turn when all other 501st allies are defeated. Now, when General Anakin advances, he gains taunt that can't be dispelled or prevented, and all other 501st allies can't lose any health. Now, when he takes cover, he can't be targeted, he's immune to damage and status effects, his speed is set to 0, and he recovers 10% protection and turn meter at the end of every turn that can't be prevented. Now, Rex's leadership ability, Brother in Arms, grants Clone Trooper and 501st allies plus 20% max health. That's doubled for 501st allies and halved for other allies. Whenever an ally suffers a critical hit, all Clone Trooper allies gain plus 15% turn meter, and all other allies gain half that. Now, Shock T's leadership ability and her synergy with clones is why she's really included in this list. Her leadership ability, Unity Wins War, grants Clone Trooper allies plus 35% speed, and they recover 5% health and protection whenever they attack out of turn. And at the start of the battle, Galactic Republic allies have plus 15% max health, plus 5% max protection, and plus 15% offense for each Clone Trooper ally. So you put her in with a group of Clone Troopers who all also have the Galactic Republic tag, and the leadership ability is super, super useful. Now, uses for these teams. For General Anakin Skywalker-led 501st teams, they're really great on offense in Territory Wars and Grand Arena. You also will use them in Geonosian territory battles, in Phase 2 and Phase 4 combat missions. Plus, they're really, really great in Squad Arena. A Rex-led 501st team, you can use them in Territory War, Grand Arena, and Geo Territory Battle if you don't have gas, or you're not using them with Shock T. Now, Shock T-led teams are great in Territory War and Grand Arena on offense again. Plus, the big reason that you need them is because in Geonosian Territory Battle, there's a special mission in Phase 4 that will get you Kiata Mundi shards, and you're going to need a Shock T-led clones team. Let's get into hard counters. General Anakin Skywalker is a counter to pretty much anything. A Rex-led team is a really good counter to Old Republic. A Shock T-led team is a great counter to Bosk and Jango Bounty Hunters, a Palpatine Empire team, Kylo Ren Unmasked First Order, Imperial Troopers, a Bastilla-led Jedi team, Mother Talzin-led Night Sisters, and CLS Rebels. Rex is a great soft counter for General Grievous droids, JTR Resistance, CLS Rebels, an Asajj-led Night Sister team with Enfys Nest, Imperial Troopers, Ewoks, and a Palpatine Empire team. Shock T is a good soft counter for a Padme-led Galactic Republic, General Grievous droids, or a Darth Revan-led Sith Empire team. Now that's with or without Malak, you can use Shock T. General Anakin Skywalker is soft countered only by a Darth Revan-led Sith Empire team, a Padme-led Galactic Republic team, CLS Rebels, and General Grievous droids. Shock T is countered by Padme, Galactic Republic again, General Grievous droids, CLS Rebels, Jedi Knight Revan Jedi, and Geonosians. Now, I included Shock T on this list, like I said, because of her great synergy with the clones. But at the end of the day, she is a Galactic Republic Jedi. And Galactic Republic Jedi are exactly what I'm going to be covering next week. All 17 of them. That's all for me. Tune in next week for more story time with the llama and the Escape Pod cast for kids.
This is MIKAYAS, and I assure your privacy and confidentiality when using my remodding services.
G'day legends, this is HYNESY. Did you know MIKAYAS Modding Mayhem is the premier modding service for the game that we all love, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? With some of the most affordable rates in the industry, MIKAYAS will remod your roster from top to bottom with continuous consultation with where to go from there. MIKAYAS has a 100% satisfaction guarantee, and he has tons of additional services available as well, like a full cleanup of your mods, PvP plans, and lots more. Contact MIKAYAS today on Discord, all in lowercase guys, MIKAYAS 0127. That's MIKAYAS number 0127, or hit up mikayasmods@gmail.com. I fully endorse MIKAYAS Modding Mayhem, and you will too. MIKAYAS Modding Mayhem, the official remodding service of the Escape Podcast and the Escape Podcastaways network.
Hey guys, I'm Biscuit Weasel, and I host Biscuits and Star Wars on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/BiscuitWeasel. That's Weasel with a Z. There we do a great series called GAC Hospital. I spend an entire week with one player for one-on-one GAC coaching. We triage your roster, talk mod and team recommendations, and defense and attack strategies. If you want to apply, I invite you to tag me on the Escape Pod cast server so we can connect. Remember, that's twitch.tv/BiscuitWeasel with a Z.
Receiving incoming transmission. Receiving incoming transmission. Receiving incoming transmission.
And welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. This week's incoming transmission is a guest who you'll never seen before, unless you watch Twitch. So, This is somebody that is just started, and as you can tell, and as we all know, I'm terrible at doing introductions. So I'm going to hand over to Paul, who is going to do justice to Kate with her introduction. Paul, take it away.
All right. Well, this week's guest was brought to my attention by our friend Neil over there, and she hails from the East Coast of the U.S., and she just started doing Twitch streams about a month ago, but she's already made a name for herself. She's already an affiliate, and she's a huge supporter of all of the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes community. She stops into all the streams and says hello. But one of the most interesting things that I found out when we were talking before this is that she got into this game because of her father. And now she's about to get the Escape Podcast spotlight shown down upon her. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome to the show Kate of Kate Gaming _ to the show.
Hey guys, thank you for having me.
Pleasure to have you on. So, okay, first things first, got to get the girly stuff out of the way. Okay, so got to get the girly stuff out of the way. So, how is the wedding going? Have you got a photographer booked? Do the flowers? Have you got the centerpieces sorted out? And are the bridesmaids' dresses ready?
And is Neil invited?
And am I invited? I will wear a bridesmaid's dress if you want me to.
Oh, you're of course invited.
So how are things going regarding the wedding? Because you're planning a wedding at the moment. That
Yeah, so we actually ended up making the decision today to postpone the big reception part of our wedding to next year.
No, that sucks. Oh.
Yeah, it's just where we live. It's not good. It looks like it's only getting worse. So we're going to just do the stuff and it's going to be official this year, but we're going to have everything else next year.
So you're going to officially tie the knot, but then have the ceremony a year after.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. My sister my sister and her husband did something very, very similar. They did the whole wedding thing so that they were, so that they tied the knot. And then they had their ceremony, not a year later. I think it was a couple, they had their ceremony a couple of years afterwards. So I know people that have done that before. So you can still have your big ceremony with the dresses and the flower arrangements and the centerpieces.
I'm still going to wear my dress this year.
Oh, you're still going to wear that this year as well, are you?
I'm still wearing my dress.
All right, okay.
But it's just like when we looked at it, we're like, we don't think things are going to be better by this spring, and they're certainly not going to be better by this fall. So we're like, we'll just push it a year. So it's all good though.
So where is that? Will that be a city hall affair then, just to get the official stuff out of the way?
We're still discussing it. We just decided today to move it, so we're still trying to figure everything out.
Mm-hmm.
So.
No, that can be cute. I recently watched 30 Rock, and they went to City Hall to do it, and everybody's like all dressed up, like they get their ticket, get your number next, and then they go into the office to get their marriage officiated. So yeah, because obviously she turns up dressed as Princess Leia, doesn't she? I don't know if you've ever seen. Have you ever seen 30 Rock before?
No.
The main protagonist, Liz Lemon, gets married at the end of the show's season dressed as Princess Leia, because the Princess Leia dress that she's got is the only white dress she owns.
That's great.
So yeah, Star Wars. She gets married. Yeah, it's funny. So yes. So okay. So we've got the wedding stuff out of the way. That's a shame that you're not going to be able to do your big traditional wedding, but let's get back into the gaming side of things.
Yeah. So the first question that we ask of all of our guests is, tell us how you like to play the game. Are you strictly free to play? Are you a little minnow? Are you a dolphin? Are you a whale? Are you a kraken? Or is it none of our damn business? You just like playing the game?
I am 100% free to play. I've never put a penny into the game.
Not even a gift card?
Never put anything into the game.
You have a free-to-play card. Bravo, my dear. Bravo.
Okay, I am verifying, and I'm just double-checking here. Even if you got a gift card, you would not spend it on anything in the game.
Maybe if I got a gift card, but I never got one.
Neil? She just said she's never had a gift card. Doesn't matter.
Right. But would she have a punch in her card?
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. It's a hypothetical that has never happened. She's never had a gift card. She's never spent it on the game because she's never had a gift card. So
but
it's
if
irrelevant.
she does she keep her card, but it has a hole in it?
It's a hype. Ask her that. If you got a gift card, would you spend it on the game?
Well, can you look at it this way? Technically, it's not my money.
But you did
your
that
free
to
your free to play card. Your free to play card would be stamped. Then it wouldn't be. You'd still have your free to play card, but if you get a gift certificate and you use it in the game, your free to play card gets a stamp. Punch in it, bit like a train ticket. But you still got it, but it's used. So it doesn't have that nice newness to it.
I don't see myself getting any gift cards anytime soon, so I'm not worried about that. Okay,
there we go.
Neo Venom is asking in the chat, how exactly do you type out her Twitch name? I tried a few different ways and I can't find her channel. It's with an underscore at the very end.
Yeah.
So it's K8 Gaming _.
K8 Gaming without the underscore is taken, so I just had to add the underscore in there.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. So I just wanted to make sure that you were treating Kate just like you treated Dickie about the punch in the free-to-play card.
Yeah, no. Hey, she hasn't done it yet, so she's got a pristine free-to-play card right now.
All right.
But just be aware, Kate, that if you ever get a gift card, it will, and you use it in the game, your free-to-play card will be punched.
I'll be sure to give it to my dad then, and he can use it.
So, where does your account that you play stand at this moment?
So I'm currently in Division 3. My galactic power is a little bit above 3.8. So if they reevaluated now, I'd be in Div 2. So right now I'm focusing on getting ready for the gas event. I got the Galactic Republic requirements almost to where I want them to be. I still got to work on the droids a little bit more.
Separatist droids.
So,
yeah.
What about your father? How far along is he from you? You said your father got you into the game. How did that happen? And what about his account?
So he's in Div 2. I know that. He's over 4 million galactic power. He started a couple weeks, maybe even a month ahead of me. So he has a little bit of an advantage on me, but it's cool because we actually have different characters. Like I have a Malik, he doesn't. And like he has characters I don't have. So it's cool. We bounce ideas off of each other and I love it. We're in the same guild. If we forget to sign up for a territory war, we text each other and we're like, you didn't sign up yet. It's awesome. I love it.
Are you in the same guild as each other?
Yeah.
Yes. I tried that with my daughter, but she stopped playing, so that's kind of like, the guild had to let her go because she just stopped playing.
I honestly, especially when I first started, my dad was 100% the reason why I stuck it out. But then it's like, you get to a point in the game where you're like, all right, I'm too invested into this. Like, I can't stop now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we're at now.
So how long have you been playing? 2 years, 3 years?
We talked about this earlier today. We think we're about 2.5, maybe almost 3 years into the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think we joined February of 2018. He must have been like January or December. So around then.
What was the new hotness when you started? Do you remember?
What was the marquee event when you started playing?
I know C-3PO came out when we started. Well, not at the very beginning, but he was one of the first legendary characters.
I think that was March or April. So yeah. If
around that
it wasn't
time.
Right then, if it was a Sith character, that would have been February of 2018.
Which Sith character?
Yeah, I'm just saying if it was a Sith character, because they did for a long time, they always did February as the month of the Sith.
Oh, okay.
You could always
I was like trying to remember.
Sith.
I was like, yeah, I remember C-3PO coming out. I do remember that.
Yeah, that was a pain in the arse event the first time it came out.
I just got him the 7-star. So,
Bravo.
What was your first 7-star?
Oh God, I don't remember. I almost want to say it was one of the Phoenix characters.
More than likely, yeah. More than likely.
Yeah.
Zeb only takes 30 days. Most people take Zeb. Did you
Yeah.
follow up? If you followed a system, if you had followed back when you started, Phoenix would have been the way to go. First.
I mean, me and my dad both definitely farmed Phoenix first, but we didn't know that there was all these other like resources out there. We didn't know people had guides of what to farm. So we kind of just made it up as we went. But that one was the one that made the most sense. Like when I try to play being free to play, you try to play smart. You're trying to be like, okay, which character is the right move for me to go for? And in the beginning, it was Phoenix, because with Phoenix, you can go get 2 different characters. So that was the route we took.
Mm-hmm. Well, what was your first Zeta?
That I don't even remember.
Oh, God.
I want to say it was Grandmaster Yoda. That's what I want to say it was.
A leader?
I don't remember.
A leader or his unique? Yeah.
Don't remember.
Yeah, because they upgraded him, and then 2 weeks later, Bastilla Shan came out, and everybody was like, "I can't believe I just wasted a Zeta on GMY's leadership," because they brought out Bastilla Shan, and it was like, why would you? Yeah, I remember that. I'm glad I never fell foul of that. Perfectly.
I want to say it wasn't the leadership, but I'm not 100% sure.
can't be sure of that one.
Yeah.
So what are your favorite factions to play? I mean, when you load up the game, and you have a chance to use any faction, what are you throwing into that battle?
Well, right now with our Grand Arena going on and we have the 3v3, the squad that I am loving right now is my Shaktian clones. Like they can just take out the bounty hunters like it's nothing. So I love that.
Do you have a JTR?
Yes.
Okay. Those bounty hunters will go down just as easy with JTR, and you could use the Shaktian clones for something else later on.
See, I haven't had much luck with JTR taking out the bounty hunters because my Shaktian clones are just a little bit better.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah,
understandable.
It's very the resistance team is very Zeta heavy. Because you need you need the Zeta on R2, and you need the Zeta on BB8, and you need the Zeta on Jet. So it's 3. It's a decent squad to take out the bounty hunters, but you need Zetas on those 3, as well as having your stick ray at least gear 11, and then you need a 5th in there. So yeah, it's just to comfortably. If none of them are Zetaed, that JTR team isn't going to go through bounty hunters.
Yeah.
So, is your Shakti clone team like fully geared up and Zetaed up?
I know Shakti has at least 1 Zeta. I want to say Rex and Fives don't have any Zetas though, but Rex is gear 12. I want to say Fives is gear 11. And then the other clones have Zetas though, like Echo and Cody do. I do have the Zetas on them. So you're free to play. You gotta be picky with those Zetas.
Oh,
you
God.
do,
yeah.
But you do know where the most amount of Zetas comes from, right?
What do you mean?
That would be ships.
Oh, well, yeah.
So, where do you stand on fleet? Do you like it? Do you hate it? What's your familiarity or love for ships?
I have a love-hate relationship with the ships. That's for sure. But right now I'm almost at getting negotiator, so I'm trying to work on that. My fleets they're not as good as a lot of other people's, because I focus more on the characters rather than the fleets, which is probably a mistake on my part, but I still manage to get into the top 50 almost every day, so I'll take what I can get.
There you go. Top 50 is absolutely respectable.
You'll take those 50 shards a day. 50 crystals a day, sorry.
Yeah, absolutely.
And 50 crystals equals 1 refresh of an energy node, so I'll give it to you. Absolutely.
I save my crystals. I try to save them as much as I can. I try to be, but then I spend them.
What do you
what are
splurge
you
on?
spending them on? Are you a gear spender or are you a shard spender?
I'm a gear. Yeah, definitely gear. I don't know. To me, I don't always see the point in using the crystals for the shards. And that probably is a free-to-play mindset because I get more bang for my buck with the gear. Personally.
Yeah, I think you get it in this is just my opinion talking. Gamer to gamer. I actually think you get more bang for your buck if you buy the energy refresh, not shards. You just only use your crystals for an energy refresh to farm for the gear because it will then be cheaper that way over the course of time. Plus, you get other stuff that you can later use for relics that you can later use on other characters as they come up. So that's simply my opinion.
No, and I completely see that point too. And there are occasions where I will do that. It just depends where I am at the point of getting whatever I'm looking for.
Exactly. And of course, as far as ships go, if you can get to it, that Grief cargo with Rebel Y-Wing node, excellent. And if you could do the Django Houndstooth node, that's great for your regular energy.
I'm working on the Django Houndstooth node.
That's a good node.
There's just like so many priorities when it comes to farming. You're just like, which one do I start at? There's like so many different options, and I feel like my list is never ending. So,
what's your current focus farm?
Currently trying to work on the relics, relicking up General Kenobi right now. That's one focus. The other focus is getting Droideka up to 7-star. So that's another focus. And then I want to say my B1 is not at 7-star yet. So those are the main focuses I have right now.
So how far off gas?
How far off gas? I want to say Droideka and B1 are both almost at 6-star. So, I mean, I'm ways away, but I focused on my Galactic Republic teams because they're the first tier that I would hit. So they're all 7-star. I'm just working on getting them up to gear 12 and above.
Gotcha. So. Do you have the 7-star Padme yet?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. There we go.
Did you get it? Did you get it the easy way with Geos?
No, I didn't.
I
didn't.
Paul will like that. Paul likes Paul hates people that got Padme the easy way. Throwing Geos in and hitting auto.
Like Neil.
Like me.
No, I did not.
I got my Padme the easy way. So, what did you need? What did you do to get? What did you use to get your 7-star Padme then?
Newt made all the difference for me. Newt is the lead, and then I had Dooku, and then I used Asajj, and I want to say I did throw in Poggle there because I just didn't have any other 7-star separatists, and I don't remember who the last one was.
So not the Asajj lead, but the Newt lead.
Yeah, made all the difference.
Now, was this wasn't the first time that Padme came around? This was like the second time.
No.
Okay, so so it was after the rework, but she didn't do it with Geos. I'll allow it, Neil. I'll absolutely allow it.
Still did it the hard way. She's just done it the easy way. So much easier.
I still remember sitting there for hours, like replaying that event. And it was like I just had to get lucky once. Same thing happened to Chewie and C-3PO.
Yeah, no, Paul likes the people that had to work for their Padme as opposed to people like me who just went 7-star Geos, geared them up, put a few decent mods on them and hit auto. Because I hit auto.
It took you 5 times. It took you 5 times.
It took me 5 times of tier 7 until I realized I didn't have an offense triangle. Sorry, an offense triangle or an offense arrow on my spy. So I swapped my mods and that was it.
For me, it was 356 times.
Yeah.
I specifically remember how many times it took me.
Hey, why make it hard for yourself, eh?
Because the reworks weren't around. They didn't put easy mode for Padme.
Yeah. Well, you know that you Kate, like Paul, appreciate your Padme a little bit more than most other people.
Oh, absolutely.
There
yeah,
you go.
I've shown no appreciation for my Padme because it was easy to get her.
So what kind of we're getting close. We're actually hitting the top of the hour here now. So tell us, what kind of stuff do you have coming up on your channel?
So coming up, I definitely plan on getting to Knights of the Old Republic. I've never played it before, so that'll be interesting. Getting more towards Halloween time, it's out of nowhere, but I really want to do a horror game. I've never done one. I don't know any of them. But
Speak to Gridsy. Have a word with Gridsy. I don't know if he's in the chat. Have a word with Gridsy. Gridsy's done some great horror games, and he squeals like a little girl when he gets scared in them. So speak to Gridsy or somebody that watched Gridsy when he was doing his horror games. He will point you in the right direction.
Okay. Yeah, I get scared really easily, but I love being scared. It's the weirdest thing ever. Like, Halloween's my favorite holiday. I love all the horror movies and everything. So I'm like, why don't we give that a try? Horror video game.
Favorite horror movie before we go?
Oh, so many. First one I think of off the top of my head is The Exorcist. It's actually my ringtone. Actually, it's the tone I wake up to. It's my alarm. It freaked my fiance out the first time. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. Okay, and so you've got that. Anything else coming up around the corner on your channel itself?
I don't know. We'll see. Anyone has suggestions, throw them out to me.
Excellent. Always interested to, do what the audience wants.
Yeah, why not?
That's awesome. So now, for people that don't see the links going in the chat and things like that, how do people find you on the internet so they can watch if they decide to?
Well, you can just head over to the Twitch channel, K8 Gaming with the _, and yeah, that's where you can find me.
Where's the _?
At the end.
There you go. So for those listening on the podcast version, twitch.tv/K, the letter K, the number 8, then the word gaming, all together with an _ at the end. Just like Infinum, just like Andy Beads has an _. His is in the middle though. It's K8 Gaming _. Any final words before we wrap up the segment today?
Just thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate this.
We love to shine the light on creators and lift them up, and we hope we wish you all the very, very best, and we hope that your channel will take off and that people will right now during the commercial go and go to your thing over there, your channel, and hit that little follow button. And really quick, we want to say thank you to Regional Manager Vader for following us, JJ Manners for giving out a gift sub to you, Kate.
Oh, thank you.
Also, Desi Jingle Snarf. I think we've met before. They've refollowed, and it's good to have them back. And that actually puts us at 470 as of this show. Desi Jingle Snarf is our 470th member. All right, guys. Go. Make sure you check out Kate Gaming. She's going places, and you saw her here, maybe not first, but early on, right here on the Escape Podcast. We'll be right back after these messages.
The Escape Pod Cast with Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Ware.
This is MIKAYAS, and I assure your privacy and confidentiality when using my remodding services.
G'day legends, this is HYNESY. Did you know MIKAYAS Modding Mayhem is the premier modding service for the game that we all love, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? With some of the most affordable rates in the industry, MIKAYAS will remod your roster from top to bottom with continuous consultation with where to go from there. MIKAYAS has a 100% satisfaction guarantee, and he has tons of additional services available as well, like a full cleanup of your mods, PvP plans, and lots more. Contact contact MIKAYAS today on Discord, all in lowercase, guys. MIKAYAS 0127. That's MIKAYAS number 0127, or hit up MIKAYASmods@gmail.com. I fully endorse MIKAYAS Modding Mayhem, and you will too. MIKAYAS Modding Mayhem, the official remodding service of the Escape Podcast and the Escape Podcastaways network.
Does your guild want to tap into their full potential in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes?
Yeah!
For as low as $1 a month per guild member, your guild can unleash the power of the game in ways you never thought possible. Ooh. Track your arena movements, guild progression, and much, much more. Contact ShittyBill and get one of his shitty bots on your server today. Just look for him on our Discord server and tag or message him for more information. The link for our server is below in the description. Shitty bots, don't let the name fool you. Did you know that if you signed up to become a Patreon, you could get tons of rewards? Force Ghost Scotty could do a roster review for you. Neil Andrew Air could share Grand Arena tactics. Or Paul could even help you get maximum stars in Geonosis Territory Battle. And you even get access into the after show. Sound good? Sign up to be a Patreon today. For as little as $2 a month, you could unlock a ton of potential content and also get closer to the hosts. Head to patreon.com/theescapepod to sign up.
And now time for something completely shameless.
Noob. Artists. Noob. Liars. Newbie. Poachers. There you are. Wait, what's wrong? Again, noob.
Greetings, Hellenics. It's my guild.
Again.
My guildies are being poached from
Our guild. Oh boy, here we go. Again.
I just don't understand what the GRDS allows guilds to do.
This What? Huh. Do what
This poaching.
Wait, hang on. What do you mean the GRDS is allowing guilds to do this?
You guys see what we
did there? Yup. Not only did we mirror last month's episode, but we also added some GRDS promotion. So shameless. Much promotion. Lols. Wait. We gotta get on with this, huh? Oh, okay. Right. So, you don't understand why the GRDS allows guilds to do what exactly?
Poaching of other guilds'
members.
Some pathetic guild comes out of nowhere and takes a big group of our members, and we're left scrambling to fill the empty slots. Polemics. And that's
not fair. Oh, newbie. It's most likely not poaching, bud.
Here we go.
Again.
It's not. Please.
Explain. Here's a short PSA that can help you understand. This PSA is brought to you by Alenix. #shameless self-promotion. And the SWGOH Guild Recruitment Discord server. SWGOH's largest and most popular Discord server devoted to finding players a new guild and guilds new players. Your PUBG Discord can suck it, Ralph. Poaching in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. What is it? Why is it happening? And who stands to benefit? In this SWGOH PSA, we will explore member poaching and the many myths that surround it. SWGOH guilds are groups of up to 50 players who coordinate their efforts to defeat various types of guild events, including raids, territory battles, and territory wars. Most times, guilds which have fewer than 50 members join various resources on the internet, including the official SWGOH forum, Reddit, and multiple Discord servers, to post advertisements, hoping to entice players looking for a new guild to join theirs. This can sometimes create a situation where a group of players, usually friends, join a guild as a group, as opposed to a single player joining said guild individually. Many players in the SWGOH gaming community erroneously call this poaching. They also tend to claim this is done intentionally, and that it's meant to provide the offending guild with an unfair recruitment advantage. In effect, These claims state that guilds who have multiple new members joining their guild all at once are doing so underhandedly, and thus poaching the more honorable SWGOH guilds who would never do this. Likely this is not the case. Most of the time, the guilds being accused of poaching have perfectly legitimate reasons explaining why a group of new members joined their guild as opposed to a lone individual joining. Perhaps the members of the group who left your guild are all friends and want to stay together as a group. Many SWGOH gamers have developed deep friendships with their guildies and don't want to part ways. Or maybe some people in this group have friends already in the guild accused of poaching. People do sometimes have friends outside their existing guild, and they want to get all those folks together when playing SWGOH. Lastly, what if the guild is simply a better fit for their collective playstyle? If a guild's members aren't feeling like they fit well within their guild, they may simply leave for somewhere they feel is a better fit. These are just some of the possibilities that could easily explain why a group of players may have left your guild and joined another all at once. So before you accuse a guild of intentionally poaching your members, consider this. Can there be any other reason besides poaching that could explain why a small group of your members left your guild and joined theirs? I'm certain that if you think about it for more than a few seconds, you will determine that, yes indeed, there may just be. This has been Hellenics. #shameless self-promotion. For the Hellenics SWGOH YouTube channel and the GRDS. So, seriously, when are these PSAs going to actually start getting people to subscribe to my channel? I know it's not guaranteed, man, but come on. Can't we do something to boost my numbers a little bit more quickly? What do you mean, go kick rocks?
So, do you see now, newbie? Your guild probably wasn't poached. And even if it was, the GRDS wouldn't have facilitated this. We have strict anti-poaching rules, and we do enforce them.
That doesn't explain anything!
Once again. Look, I know you're upset, newbie, but you can't run off and accuse guilds of poaching your members every time a group of people
But I have proof of our guild being
poached.
Hellenics.
Okay, what you got?
I have a direct message from Discord from a guy who joined our guild server and then said our guild leader was quitting and we should get out while the getting out
Was good. Oh.
And according to your PSA on poaching channel on the GRDS, that is a
textbook
example of poaching.
Oh.
So I may just go to your general chat channel and
rant about it. Okay, yeah, that's definitely poaching. However, a public rant is not the way to handle this. Instead, send me screenshots proving what you allege privately. We don't believe in vitriol, baseless accusations, nor mob rule at the GRDS, nor do we believe in cancel culture. Instead, we try to be fair and reasonable. Unless the proof you provide is blatant, we won't just ban the accused necessarily. And we won't publicly shame them. Instead, we may even set up a private group chat to discuss this with all parties involved. Anyone accused has the right to face their accusers, and people are innocent until proven guilty. Besides, if we all talk this out, both your guild and the alleged poachers may all come out of this situation better and stronger than you all went in. So if you have your proofs ready, send them to my inbox, and we'll go from there, okay?
I will do so immediately.
Meatbag. Why you
The Escape Pod. Cast. The Bridge.
And welcome back to the show. It's the fourth segment, which is Patreon's Choice, where you get to fire a boatload of questions at us and make us feel squirmish and uncomfortable if you so desire. But only if you're a Patreon. But don't forget...
Or you redeem 1,000 channel points.
Or you redeem 1,000 channel points and ask us a question.
All right. We're going to... first off, I'm going to say thank you to KevMac999, follower number 472. Thank you very much on our road to 500 on Twitch. That's fun. This is fun.
Yeah. Nearly 500. That's going to be a nice little milestone to hit that.
All right. Too bad it's not 1,500 on YouTube, because then I'd have to wear something stupid. All right. Our first question comes from Geek Girl. She gives us a two-parter. I'm going to ask you the first one first. What is your favorite person or group of people that has been turned into a biopic film?
Ooh, interesting one. Group of people that have been turned into a biopic film.
Or just one person.
Or just one person.
So person or persons. What's your favorite biopic film? And would it be your favorite person that has had that happen to them?
I will say I really, really liked the Eddie the Eagle movie. I thought that was brilliant. I thought that was absolutely brilliant.
Is that a British thing?
Yes, he was Eddie the Eagle, Eddie the Eagle Edwards. His nickname, he was given the nickname the Eagle. He was a kid and he grew up wanting to be an Olympian. He just wanted to be in the Olympics. He desperately wanted to be in the Olympics. And basically, he just went all out, researched all of the various different things that he could do, and he ended up becoming a ski jumper. I
remember this one now.
He became famous even though he finished dead last during the Olympics. So he finished dead last during the Winter Olympics, but the guy was just so unbelievably enthusiastic and just joyed to be there. So that they did a biopic of him. I think it was either a year or 2 years ago. The movie was great. The movie was absolutely brilliant, and it had Hugh Jackman in it as well.
So it's kind of funny you mentioned Olympics. Does Cool Runnings count as a biopic film?
Yeah, Cool Runnings does. Yeah. It still counts as a biopic because it's about the Jamaican bobsleigh team.
Okay, that was my favorite film, but my favorite person whose life has been turned into a biopic film, I would have to say, would be Sir Elton John.
I preferred the Queen one to the Elton John one.
See, I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about who's your favorite person or group of people that has been turned into a biopic film.
Well, Queen is definitely up there for me. Queen would definitely be up there for me.
All right. Now, here's the other part of the question from Geek Girl. She wants to know, who would we want to see turned into a biopic?
Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, okay. Someone who has a good life story that would make a good biopic. Make a good movie.
If we're talking, and this is going to be my answer, just for the sake of brevity, but I would say probably Billy Joe Armstrong of Green Day.
Yeah, I suppose you could. Yeah, go through musicians have been done the hell out of. Although, in that vein, because the Motley Crue's movie Dirt was so entertaining, I would love to see a Dirt version of the Rolling Stones. I think that could be very, very entertaining.
All right. Question only for you. What are some of the strangest American expressions you have heard since you moved to the States?
The insults. Jagweed and jabroni. First time I heard those, I couldn't tell if it was like a light-hearted insult, kind of like something you would say to a friend, or if it was like really, really meant as a vehement insult to someone you didn't know that had done something bad. But I couldn't quite figure it out. So jagweed and jabroni.
I have been all around this United States and I've never heard of jagweed, just to let you know.
Okay.
All right. That was just something that he said. But jabroni came from wrestling culture. What British expressions have confused your new friends?
Oh, well, there was this one occasion where I was at an Archon, back in, oh god, what year would that have been? I was at an Archon not last year, which was 2018. So 2018 September, I went to a festival, the Anarchon Festival, and I was making a big fatty boom boom, but I required a cigarette, and in the UK, we call cigarettes fags.
Right.
So I leaned across to someone who I saw was smoking, and I said, "Can I pinch a fag?" Because pinch would be, can I pinch?
Right.
Can I steal? Can I have it? Can I swipe a cigarette off you? But in the UK, it's a local colloquialism. Local jargon in the UK. Can I pinch a fag? And the weird thing is, the strangest thing is, people were like, "Oh my god, that sounds so weird." You can pinch a fag.
Yeah, we get it. We get the words.
I put that in a comment on Facebook, and the comment got removed from Facebook.
Oh.
Which is strange because there is a Supergrass song that has a very similar line in it.
Yeah.
So so that was a weird thing.
All right. So Dr. Jojo last week heard about in our episode the Wednesday Cruise fantasy draft that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Who would be your number one pick? Who would be your deep sleeper? And he wants us to throw somebody under the bus and fan the flames, and says, who would be drafted way, way too early? Number one pick, your sleeper, and your why did you draft a kicker in the third round?
Number one.
I'm sorry. Why did you draft a point man? I don't know what you do in fantasy sports in England.
I don't play fantasy sports at all. I've never played fantasy sports at all. I did a fantasy football Premier League thing once, and got bored with it very, very quickly. But my number one pick would be Vendetta.
See, I'm gonna go with Fruit Ninja Mike.
You're gonna go with Fruit Ninja. I would go with Vendetta because Vendetta's an old student of mine. He's an old pupil of mine. So it's so showing faith in my student.
Who's your deep sleeper? Who comes from behind?
Who would be my deep sleeper? Who would come from behind? Oh wow.
Can we do the snake draft? Can I draft mine next?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Rambam.
You're gonna say Rambam. Okay.
I'm gonna say Rambam.
You're gonna say Rambam.
He's not doing so well at the beginning, but I think he's gonna pick up.
Yeah. Well, in that case, I'll go with Ando. I'd go with Ando because I think that month where he went 4-8 is just very, very uncharacteristic of him, and he is going to come back very, very strong.
All right.
Yeah. Well, Ando's my dark horse.
And who's the biggest bust that you think is going to fall in the standings? I'm going to say, even though he's starting to climb up there, I'm going to say Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. I think he's going to end up in the basement.
It's not nasty. He's streaming now, so he's not in chat, so he can't see me. He won't hear me say this, but I've got to say Flair.
Oh, wow.
Because not only is he bottom of his division, he forgot to join this week, so he's going to remain at the bottom. So yeah.
All right, we're gonna rapid fire these. If you could add one ability to any SWGOH character, what would it be and why? I would add the ability to work with other uniques of other phoenixes. Well, no, it's. I want to add a tag. That's not going to count. You go ahead. Let me think about this for a second.
Okay, I would like to add an AOE ability for a Han Solo. For like Biggs has the AOE from his X-wing, I would like to see an AOE from the Millennium Falcon for Han.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to say that I would add a third attack to Machine Gun Leia.
Okay.
I would add a third attack to Machine Gun Leia. All right. What's your favorite Star Wars story / arc published by Dark Horse Comics, the Jawas?
Dark Empire.
If money was no object, what Star Wars character would you cosplay? I would cosplay a Wampa.
Really? You would cosplay?
If money was no object,
if money
just
was
think how awesome an actual
well,
Wampa outfit would be.
Okay, in that case, I would go Rancor then.
All right. If you could go on tour with any band or artist, who would it be? Green Day for me.
For me, it would be the Pretty Reckless.
All right. The zombie apocalypse happens. What are your 3 weapons of choice for your survival?
Cricket bat, golf club, chainsaw.
Samurai sword, baseball bat, aluminum, mind you. I'm sorry, aluminium, or however the hell you say it.
Aluminium.
And oh man, I'll have to go 50 cal. If bullets are unlimited, 50 cal.
Yeah. We'll see how tired you get carrying that around during the zombie apocalypse.
No, it'd be on the back of the truck.
Yeah, you've got to clean it, you've got to maintain it, you've got to load it.
It'll be on the back of the truck.
That's why I went cricket bat, golf club, chainsaw.
The chainsaw, you lugging that thing around.
I would cut my hand off and fix it to my arm, like.
Hail to the king, baby. All right. Dagger asks, what are your thoughts on Sam Witwer replacing Ray Park, seeing as he's no longer Darth Maul? He was the voice of him in the Clone Wars Rebels, and Solo and makeup can technically make almost anyone Darth Maul.
I'm not that fussed. I don't care who plays him. I still prefer Peter Serafinowicz as the voice of Darth Maul from Episode 1.
Yep, and honestly, for me, as long as it's played right, and you know, and I'm not one of those people that oh, they didn't play Darth Maul. Darth Maul had, it was 3 centimeters between his horns instead of 2. I'm not one of those guys. I don't give a crap. I enjoy the story, and it's made to entertain me. It's not meant for me to sit there and pick apart because it's not perfect. And Dickie Darkside asks, and then I'll get to the ones that were redeemed because we're coming up on the very end of the show, and we're going to be rating Bringer of Death here in a moment. If you could visit any planet in Star Wars, which would it be?
Say that again.
If you could visit any planet in Star Wars, which one would it be?
Oh, Dathomir. I want to ride a Rancor, baby.
You want to ride?
I want to ride a Rancor. I want to ride a Rancor. Not get eaten by one, ride one.
I would like to visit Camino.
Okay. You're going to get wet, though.
It's okay. But I wouldn't mind visiting Camino. All right. I'm getting ready for this raid here in a moment. All right. The questions that were sent to us via 1,000 channel points. And thank you, Senator Cosmic. And I think I already mentioned it, KevMac999. So Senator Cosmic and KevMac999, thank you for the follows. Mustang Groot. Which would you rather have in SWGOH? Space Worm, Ewok Glider, or Cloud City Car? Ewok Glider.
Cloud City Car.
Helenix says, rumor has it that a certain scavenger will be joining Hellion the Noob next month. Can you fellows confirm this? No. What do you mean, go kick rocks? Hashtag shameless self-promotion. Pointy finger, Hellyface. Be sure to follow every episode of the Escape Pod cast. Everyone. Smiley face, thumbs up.
Yeah, what he said.
That was the question.
So, no. Just no. No hints, no. You'll have to tune in and watch.
We're waiting on Bringer of Death to fire up. I hope that he's firing up soon.
Well, we'll just keep talking until then.
You talk for a second. Oh,
Ray Rock wants to go to Hoth and
he's
capture.
on his way home, and he's going to be a little bit late.
Well, we can't go on forever and ever.
So what we're going to do, you fill some time for just a second.
So Ray Rock wants to go to Hoth and capture a Wampa. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, mate, but Rancor my Rancor would eat your Wampa. Because whatever Rancor I'm riding is captured. So, I'm then taking that Rancor all over with me. There is no way I'm getting kicked out of any cantina anywhere in the galaxy with a Rancor parked outside it. Because it'd be like, you want to start something? Let's step outside, like gentlemen do. You don't fight in a bar. You take the fight outside the bar. So it's like, okay, come on then, big man, let's take it outside. And then as soon as we get outside, I'll just have my Rancor eat them.
Rook, I'm not the one who said that I wanted to capture a Wampa. Rook is saying them's fighting words.
Yeah, no, Ray Rock.
That's Ray Rock that said it.
Ray Rock that said it. Ray Rock said he wanted a Wampa. Rook said he wanted to go to Hoth and ride a Wampa. So Ray Rock wants a pet Wampa. Rook just wants to ride a Wampa.
All right. So we are.
SWGOH has Rancor mounts. Oh hell yeah!
All right. Let's see. If anybody else has Mustang Groot says shop smart, shop smart.
Shop smart. Yeah. I mean, if there's a zombie apocalypse, if there is a zombie apocalypse, and the chainsaw, Paul says, "Oh, you can't." I'm just gonna cut my hand off and fix the chainsaw to my arm, just like Bruce did. And
then you're gonna go to the bathroom and forget you have a chainsaw arm, and then it's gonna. No,
I'm not. No, I'm not, because I'm gonna be like the king. I'm gonna be like hip and cool, like the guy from Army of Darkness, and hot chicks will help me in the bathroom. Because, I'm protecting them with my chainsaw arm. If I'm protecting people with my chainsaw arm and my golf club,
do we have unlimited gas for your chainsaw?
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't take that much gas, and you can always get the electric ones. I could always get an electric one. I mean, come on, zombies are squishy and mushy anyway, so it's not going to take a huge amount to, start lobbing appendages off them.
Yeah, Andy Beads, if you're listening, sent you a DM. Let me know on that, because we're looking for a solution to raid so we stay on time.
I mean,
all right.
There is who's on? Flair's on at the moment, isn't he?
Flair is on the moment, but he would have to raid.
Yes, he would.
Would have to raid, and we're supposed to raid into Din Djarin, and he's not around.
Yeah. But this isn't the kind of stream. If it was a GAC stream, then yeah, it's easy to kind of like, keep going and keep ticking over. But
exactly,
it's a pre-recorded podcast that is supposed to finish at a very specific time. So that
and we're part of the chain, and this episode is part of the chain gang today.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So we're supposed to send it on at a specific time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is difficult when the next link in the chain isn't there. But I'm sure they'll be there soon, right?
That's all that was told, was he'd be there soon.
Oh, there
wait
he
a minute.
is.
He's starting in a second. He's booting up now. There he is.
There he is.
All right.
Ready to receive, sir. Ready to receive.
All right. When did he say he's ready to receive now?
No, JJ. It's not about behaving now. We're just raiding. We're talking about the after show, because obviously everybody's going to come to the after show party. once we've concluded today's broadcast.
And
then
we'll talk about what's going to happen, because Bringer's going to raid back into me, and I'm going to do my GAC as part of the
GAC with a
then I'm going to raid. Then I'm going to raid into Geek Girl as a, an unofficial chain gang, but we're going to keep the chain going, and it's going to end over at Flair's 24-hour stream that he's doing.
So there's going to be lots of people in the voice chat. Oh, there he goes. Bringer's gone.
He's up?
Yeah, he's up. I just got the Twitch notification.
All right. So do me a favor, Neil. With that being said, be nice to each other, damn it. We love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. Go like us on YouTube. Follow us on what is this called? Twitch. All your support means the world to us. And as I said, be nice to each other, damn it. Please protect each other. We'll see you next time right here on the Escape Podcast. Neil, push the button.
Will do. See everybody in the after party. Ta-ta for now, folks.
What's going on? Where the hell are we? Paris?
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button.
Attention! This is Colonel Sanders in forward command. Abandon ship! Abandon ship! All personnel proceed to escape pods. Close down the circuits. Evacuate the city. Self-destruct mechanism has been activated. Abandon ship! Where is it? Where is it? It's gonna be here. Out of order! Even in the future, nothing works.
This ship will self-destruct in exactly 10 seconds. Counting down. 10, 9, 8, 6.
6! What happened to 7?
Just kidding. 3, 2, 1. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Hello friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. The Escape Podcast was filmed in front of a live studio audience full of tweaked out murder bears.
Sit, Boo Boo, sit. Good dog.